Well, it's very nearly the end of the show, but there's just time to squeeze in a round of Airline Pilot's Songbook. Sven was telling us he has an exhausting job working nights driving those nice air stewards to and from the airport. His shift includes various routes, but he doesn't get off until he's been to Heathrow and Felton. So while he nips off, I'll ask the teams to suggest some popular songs to suit an audience of pilots and other airline staff. Anybody can start this one.
Airline coffee, airline tea. I like that.
Boeing Crosby sings 747.
Qantas Amera.
You can have an anthem for economy charters. Ooey, cheapy, cheapy seats.
You put your Lufthansa in.
I'll tell you what you fancied a ziggurt.
The Pink Panther theme, of course. Pan Am, Pan Am, Pan Am, Pan Am.
Beethoven's Ode to Joystick.
Stansted by your man.
And Kate Bush with her big hit, Heathrow, It's Me, It's Cathay Pacific.
Like a Virgin? No thanks, I've just put one out.
Sabina Hard Day's Night.
The El Aliuya chorus.
I notice it's very nearly at the end of the show, but there's just time to fit in a round of Parliamentary Songbook. Before we do, however, Samantha has to nip out to the House of Lords with her constituency friend. He's looking for support for his MP, who's facing expulsion. And Samantha says it's important to have a good peer if his member's likely to be out. Teams, I'd like you to suggest some songs likely to appeal to an audience of MPs, parliamentarians, and the like. Barry, will you start, please?
Robin Cook, riding through the glen.
Molem.
Live them bones, dry bones.
Maggie Thatcher coming at ya.
Mendelssohn's Wedding March. There is a house in Downing Street. They call it number 10. It's been the ruin of many a poor boy. God knows it's done it again.
It's William Hague's solo. It's my party and I'll cry if I want to. And a very topical one. Ramsay MacDonald had a farm.
One man went to mow.
It's nearly time to say goodbye. But not before the final decider tiebreak last round, which ends the show. This week it's Biblical Songbook. So I'd like some suggestions, please, for song titles likely to have been big hits in biblical times. Willie, you to start, please.
I'm going to sit right down and write a letter to the Corinthians.
The prodigal son has got his hat on.
I need a Hebrew. Hebrew in the middle of the night.
There'll be bluebirds, Jehovah. On the White Cliffs of Dover and Gomorrah. Just you wait and see.
When they begin to beget.
I'm just a girl that can't say Noah.
Ooh, hark at you.
I'm in the mood for Leviticus.
Epistle while you work.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Down at the old burning bush.
Zebedee, 6 trombones.
well, the best is yet to come, but before we run the closing credits, there's just time, I notice, for a quick round of Painter's Songbook. So while Sven nips out to practice his stroke technique, I'd like you teams, please, to suggest some titles of songs likely to prove popular with an audience of painters. Start with you, Graham.
Rembrandts keep falling on my head.
A happy day goes here again.
When the red Rubens comes boobins along.
Money, money, money.
Minimalist the Moocher.
And there's Damien Hirst's new single, How Much Is That Doggy in Formaldehyde?
The Boogie Woogie Broigle Boy.
When the pre-Raphaelites go on again all over the world.
Just a Van Gogh and Doris. Antigone, sit right down and paint a Canaletto.
Life is just a Botticelli.
Still life is the name of the phrase.
Michelangelo the boat, hallelujah.
And using painters in the widest sense, never mind the Dulux, it's the Sex Pistols.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yellow chair up high in banana tree.
There'll be a note about that in Radio Times.
it's very nearly time to go, but before Sven nips out to fulfill his part-time role as junior EC fisheries officer, apparently it involves picking up Spanish fishermen and inspecting their fish nets for... Please. For irregular-sized tackle. Anyway, I'd like you teams to suggest some titles of songs likely to prove popular with the fishing community. Barry, will you start, please?
Fish Finger by Shirley Bass.
Shark, the herald angels sing.
And there's a whole album of soul music sung by Pike and Tuna Turbot. Ray Charles.
Ray, oh yes.
And Little Pilchard.
Salmon Chanted Evening. Stickleback Writer.
If I'd known you were coming, I'd have baked a hake.
A nice choral number, Why Are We Waiting?
Prawn Free.
Sturgeon on the corner, watching all the girls go by.
I'm leaning on a lamprey.
So,
Rod Stewart singing Maggot May.
The theme song from The Anchovy and the Ecstasy.
Girls just want to have fins. Nellie the Halibut packed her trunk.
Well, it's very nearly time to end the show, but not before we squeeze in a round of the Conservative Party songbook. Samantha tells me she has to nip off to a special Welsh Conservative Association dinner for their most senior MP, whose name is said to be almost impossible to pronounce. She certainly found the longest-standing Welsh member a bit of a mouthful. So while she's away enjoying that, I'd like the teams to please suggest song titles likely to appeal to an audience of Conservatives. Graham, will you start, please?
It's my party and I'll cry if I want to.
Bring back those lazy, crazy, hazy days of Gummer.
And, the anti-Europeans, they always sing, I fought Delors and Delors won.
On a bank by a river, a little blue tit cries, Portillo, Portillo.
Chaz and Dave's songs. Tibbit, tibbit, tibbit. And their other one, Archer.
I've got, it's selection really. Obla dee, obla da, do-ah diddy, diddy-dum, diddy-do, boom bang a bam, boom bang a bang. In fact, any of the major speeches by Michael Howard.
The blue rinse matrons of Virginia Water.
Curry with the whinge on top.
Douglas heard it through the grapevine.
I got a brand new common agricultural policy.
It's just time to fit in a round of Pharmacist's Songbook. Samantha tells me she has to go now as she needs to nip out to see her local pharmacist. He keeps a wide range of tanning cream for her legs, and he's always happy to spread them out for her on the counter. So while she's away doing that, I'll invite you teams to please suggest song titles likely to appeal to the staff and patrons of high street chemist shops. Graham, will you start, please?
I believe, for every drop of rain that falls.
I'd walk 1,000,000 miles if it wasn't for piles. Have you got anything?
Ain't a soul man. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Super K-line, pencil, styptic, X-lax, and some douches.
Enema Rigby.
If I could walk on by, I wouldn't need talcum powder.
The trapped wind beneath my wings.
I'm vaselining on a lamppost.
Suppository in motion.
I get my syrup of figs on Route 66.
They do say you should always quit while you're ahead. But as we can't be here all night, we might as well pack up now. Before we do, teams, there's just time, I think, to play one last game called Newsagents Songbook. So while Samantha pops out to enjoy a large pull-out supplement, I'd like you teams... to suggest some titles of songs likely to prove popular with an audience of newsagents. Anybody can start.
All right. How about Never on a Sunday Times?
Horse and hound dog.
How to handle a woman's own.
Come into the Guardian Maud.
Drink to men only with thine eyes.
Hello, Dolly Telegraph.
People who read the people are the muckiest people.
Penthouse of the Rising Sun.
Hit the road, Jackie.
Someday my sport will come.
I left Exchange and Mart in San Francisco.
The sun will come out tomorrow, unfortunately.
New words for the red flag. The people's friend is hardly read except by those who are partly dead.
Well, it says it's nearly... It says, well, it's nearly time to go. I think this is addressed to you, Colin. But before we do, I'll do my best to squeeze in a final round of Weight Watchers Songbook. So while Samantha nips out to check how well equipped her new gym is, I'd like you teams to suggest some titles likely to be popular with the overweight. Barry, will you start, please?
The sun has got his fat on.
Stephen?
Oh, I'm being followed by a huge shadow by Fat Stevens.
Lurpak, be a lady tonight.
I'll never get over you.
Chubby, chubby, cheek, cheek.
Reach out and I'll be there, and there.
Super calories, fudge and pasta, eggs and veal, atrocious.
My sweet lard.
I who have stuffing by Burley Chassis.
Two lips like Amsterdam.
I talk to my knees. But they're not visible to me.
It's an itsy bitsy yellow polka dot marquee.
When the red robin goes flob, flob, flobbing along.
50 ways to lose your blubber.
Well, the boy I love is up on his calories. You're once, twice, three times a lady. Well,
I'll tell you what you weigh, what you really, really, really weigh.
by the cellulite of the silvery moon.
Well, I notice it's nearly the end of the show, but it's just time to squeeze in a round of Entomologist's Songbook. Samantha tells me she has to nip off now to meet her new gentleman friend, who's an avid collector of rare beetles. She says he has an incredible long horn, which he's keeping in a shoebox for her. He told her that if you tickle it, it jumps out halfway across the table. So, teams, while Samantha's away enjoying that, I'll invite you to suggest song titles likely to appeal to an audience of entomologists and other insect lovers. And Barry, will you start, please?
Weevil overcome.
Bebopaluma, a wasp, bam boom.
Tet, tet, tetsy, good fly.
Norwegian woodlouse.
Where did you get that, Nat?
This old louse, sung by Nat King Cole.
He also recorded Let There Be Lava, didn't he?
Yes.
Did he really? I didn't know
Yes,
that.
and that was on the Sergeant Pupa's Lonely Hearts Club.
Oh, and of course, Oh Mine Pooper. Do you remember that one?
Yes.
Like Eddie
Yes.
Calvert, the man with the golden hornet.
A sleepy cocoon.
My old man's a dust mite. Sung by S. Grub 7.
Don't laugh at me, because I'm a wasp.
Who can forget putting on the nits?
I'm in love with a wonderful wasp.
What's it all about, aphid?
Ride a cockroach to Banbury Cross.
Hey, you, get off of my wasp.
Stick insect on my collar.
By Moth the Hoople.
My old man said, follow the wasp.
Roaming in the glowworm.
I'm a pink toothbrush, you're a wasp.
You like this one, Graham? Wasp sting Matilda.
Nearly the end of the show, but it's just time to squeeze in a round of Plumbers' Songbook. Samantha has to nip off now, as her plumber is sending round the man who does the annual safety test on her gas boiler, which always gives her great peace of mind. She says it's good to feel the plumber's tester calls at regular intervals. While she's away anticipating that, I'd like the teams to suggest song titles that might appeal to an audience of plumbers. Tim, will you start, please?
Twist and shout when it's coming through.
Cisterns are doing it for themselves.
We'll gather ballcocks in the spring again.
You might as well wait until September.
I can pee clearly now.
Sitting on the blocked up bidet.
It's my putty and I'll cry if I want to.
50 ways to bleed your boiler.
Name one.
The minute you welded the joint.
Lovely.
Stop Cock in the Name of Love by Dinah Rod and the Supremes.
Plumber's favourite singers, Lulu, Frank Crapper, S-Bend 7.
Go for it, go for it.
Go for it. Tools Holland. Snoop Boggy Pop. Oh, dear.
There's a kind of flush all over the world.
Thermostat'll be the day.
Hey, you, get off of my clean carpet. And that lovely one, once, twice, 3 times the estimate.
Well, it's almost time to end the show, but it's just time to squeeze in a round of Devil's Songbook. Samantha tells me she has to nip out now to meet 2 young vicar friends who've promised to exorcise a poltergeist in her flat. They say they're looking forward to stopping her furniture flying round the room and giving her the willies.
Dear God.
So while she's away getting that sorted, I'll ask the teams to suggest song titles likely to appeal to Satan, devil worshippers, and other dabblers in the black arts. Graham, will you start, please?
I'm Satan on top of the world.
Route 66, 6.
Route 66. As in the river.
I'm forever blowing Beelzebub.
Oh, no.
Slightly dyslexic one here. I saw Mummy kissing Satan's claws.
The devil has all the best tunes. Cliff Richard's proved that. Infernal Bogey.
Smack my pitchfork.
I'm horny, 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 horny.
Your tiny hoof is cloven.
I'd like a virgin.
Wouldn't we all?
We all live in a yellow subterranean pit of sulphur.
The Archer's theme, just personal.
Well, it's almost time to end the show, but it's just time to squeeze in a round of Devil's Songbook. Samantha tells me she has to nip out now to meet two young vicar friends who've promised to exorcise a poltergeist in her flat. They say they're looking forward to stopping her furniture flying round the room and giving her the willies.
Dear God.
So while she's away getting that sorted, I'll ask the teams to suggest song titles likely to appeal to Satan, devil worshippers, and other dabblers in the black arts. Graham, will you start, please?
I'm Satan on top of the world.
Route 66, 6.
Route 66? As in the river.
I'm forever blowing Beelzebub.
Oh, no!
Slightly dyslexic one here. I saw Mummy kissing Satan's claws.
The devil has all the best tunes. Cliff Richard's proved that. Infernal bogey.
Smack my pitchfork.
I'm horny, 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 horny.
Your tiny hoof is cloven.
I'd like a virgin.
Wouldn't we all?
We all live in a yellow subterranean pit of sulphur.
The Archer's theme, just personal.
Well, that's almost all we've got time for, although there's just long enough, I think, for a quick round of Farmer's Songbook. So, teams, while Samantha pops out to enjoy the lay of the land, I'd like you please to suggest some song titles likely to be popular with an audience of farmers.
Scylla's greatest hit, Set Aside Love.
The old carol, Silage Night.
I saw 3 sheep come sailing by.
What cow, my love?
Fertilizer with an S, not fertilizer with a Z.
Barley High.
I wonder who's kissing her plough.
Noel Cowherd and some hay I'll bind you.
Duck be a lady tonight. A lonely life down on the farm.
Till.
I want to wash that manure out of my hair.
Button up your overcoat.
We're a couple of swills.
You're the crops.
Ladies and gentlemen, as Wee Willie begins the frantic search for his Winky, I notice that we've run out of time. Join us again next week when we'll be in Oxford. Until then, it's goodbye from myself and the teams, and it's goodbye from Windsor. Goodbye.
Brook Taylor, Barry Trier, Graham Garden and Willy Rushton were being given silly things to do by Humphrey Littleton, with Colin Sell setting some of them to music. The programme was produced by